I remember last year.
It was good.
It's been a great day here in Vail.
Ted Ligety was there, Phil Brown was there.
And Agony has done it.
Whatever awesome ski town we're in.
I would say most people have an open door policy.
I had a successful year on the Pro Ski Tour.
He's been a formidable opponent all season.
Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, our season got cut short.
After almost a full year hiatus,
We'll see you at
Howelson Hill.
Okay, it's time to go. Let's make it happen.
I'm John Franklin, CEO of the World Pro Ski Tour and Ski Racing Media, and we're here in Howelson Hill for the opening races of the World Pro Ski Tour. This year it's been a little different. Normally we are open and racing by December, but this year with COVID, we've had to jump through a lot of hoops, create COVID protocols, operate in a bubble. We're at Howelson Hill to start our season. Howelson Hill is actually the oldest operating ski area in America.
It started in 1913 when Carl Howelson, Norwegian ski jumping champion, came to Steamboat, taught all the local kids how to ski. They taught their kids, and that's why we've had more Olympic skiers come out of here, especially on this hill, than probably the world.
Steamboat, it's pretty special, you know, it's the city and the whole location around here at Howelson Hill especially, you know, you can ski at night with the lights, which is always pretty cool, and you're close to the city, so normally you have to drive the bands, you have to drive with the car somewhere up to the mountains to get to the ski slopes.
It's awesome being here. I live here full time now. I'm a coach for the Hill and the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club. And so it's awesome to be a part of this huge festival.
It means a lot to have the World Pro Ski Tour be a part of the Winter Carnival here in Steamboat. Even though we're going to be a little bit separate over on our hill, it's really great to add some value and great experience that everyone should be having here during this strange time.
Let's get started. First of all, welcome everybody to the season. I know it's been really rough for everyone anticipating how we were going to get going this year and if we were going to get going this year, because once the World Cups were canceled in Keelington and in Beaver Creek, the ski areas were making it really difficult to get COVID approvals from the counties, and fortunately we found a good partner here in Steamboat at Howelson Hill.
There's not a crowd this year, but I think when I'm up at the top, I can't really hear them anyway, and even when I'm focused on my run, they're not there.
Without the fans and without the big board, it's definitely different. One, you're not sure what your times are every run, and then the fans are a big part of it. They're firing you up, they're giving you the energy if you haven't been able to eat all day.
It was pretty challenging to get here, to get visas and special permission to get here, but finally we made it.
It's been about 8 months since we've been racing the Pro Tour. A little long off the snow and off the punching of the gates, but we're out here having fun. Overall, the competition is still very stacked. We get into those rounds of 16 and basically it's anyone's game.
I think we're all in the same boat this year with COVID. We really have some limited time in gates, but we're all trying to still compete for the win.
So happy to be back here at the Pro Tour.
Having 2 races in one weekend is new for us. Typically we would go one race and then go to a new venue either the following week or a couple weeks later, and given the pandemic it made more sense to have more races at one venue in a shorter amount of time. And I think for us it's great. I think it allows people to kind of make adjustments and have a little bit of a reset period between races, but not go so long as to kind of get out of the competition.
2 races one weekend is really a new fun way to see who's got the energy left on the second full race. And I think if you do it right, you don't drink too much in your day off, you stretch, you do your preparations for the race, you should have a good chance to show the rest of the competitors that you're out there to win, you're out there to take home the money.
It'll be good to have these races so close because we don't have that many race reps this year. This is my first race, so I'm gonna try and figure it out on day 1 and have a day in between to regroup and go out day 2.
Everyone's joking that no matter where we go, we bring the snow, so everything's looking good. We're supposed to have some high winds tomorrow, so just be aware of that, and a little bit more snow, but looks like Monday might be perfect.
I think it's gonna be a rodeo. I should bring a cowboy hat and some boots for this course.
Since it's been snowing so much, it's still gonna be a little unexpected up there, but that's really any race day, so we'll try to be prepared.
I would just say props to the tour for getting this put on. I know that we're all super grateful to be back competing. It's awesome to see everyone's faces again. You know, hopefully we'll be able to hit those bars soon post races, but I think we're all just stoked to be here in Steamboat, have another race, and then, you know, we'll see what comes down the road, but we're all fired up on the tour and getting back into the start gate.
At Tough Shed, the safety of our customers and workers is our first priority. ToughShed.com allows you to learn more, design buildings, and even complete a purchase safely from home. Virtual site checks as well as design consults are available. Our construction teams are working to safely manufacture and install buildings with extra precautions around distancing, cleanliness, and never entering your home. Homeowners today have pressing needs that go beyond storage, like a home office, room for the kids, and space to relax. Address your building needs safely and easily at ToughShed.com.
The competition this year is pretty unique because all of these racers have different backgrounds from across the US and even some from Europe. So even though some racers weren't able to make it this year, a lot of the other top competitors are here.
In New York City, Michael finally moved there. I see him once in a while.
Yep.
It's at least nice to like shoot out for a weekend and do this and then make enough money to make it worth it.
I know.
So being able to get back into the gates this year, it was definitely super special. You know, I think we have such a tight-knit group here that we all love coming and competing. You know, we grew up racing through the NORAM series and then the, you know, Europa Cup series and then eventually the World Cup series.
I've been racing with these guys since I was like 14 years old. Some of them, Louis, who just walked by, I've lived with him for on and off for the last 5 years. Like, we all really know each other really well.
Yeah, we're all friends here, so we're chatting in the start, and then you got to get in the zone when you get in the gate. But before that, before like the 30 seconds before you go, you're just having fun and hanging out with the guys up there.
Fun is a big part of the tour, and meeting up and hanging out with everyone is very important to all of us. And Rob, yeah, he definitely has a tab racking up of not buying us drinks as he's won a few too many times and not paid up.
I've seen that a few other racers after the victories have had a 10% rule. For me, I need to just run back home to Vermont as quick as I can and hide.
He hasn't paid up his 10% rule.
Well, right now Rob Cohn he's kind of on a heater. I think he won 2 out of the 3 events last year before things got shut down, so he's definitely the guy with the target on his back.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time someone toppled Rob from the top of the podium. I'm a Killington guy like him, so hopefully we can keep it in Vermont, and yeah, my time now.
I'd say Rob Cohn, at the end of last year, he was the official overall champion. Yeah, we were a little bummed that we didn't have the chance to strip that title from him, but I mean, you got to accept the fact that he did better in the beginning, and we got to do better this year.
I think also he's just like a total mental guru. He just goes off into his own, he gets in the zone, he's able to read the situation really well, and it's paid off well for him.
Yeah, I don't think of myself as a mental guru. I just want my own space to really just keep it natural and work on my own runs there. I don't want to get in any of the other athletes' heads. I don't really want to get too fired up and focused on my own either. So I just want to take it easy and be off in my own space. And along with COVID, it kind of makes sense to give some space.
Rob's kind of the lone wolf out there. Simon's a little bit out there as well. They really focus hard, do their own thing in their heads, and stick away while the rest of us are joking around. That works for us, and we're going to keep doing what we do.
He's got all the tools. He's got the power, he's got the starts.
A tall guy, a strong guy, and tall guys are actually, in my book, they're the ones, if they master the technique, the nicest movers. If you get a tall guy to ski correctly, unstoppable.
If I can clean up a few mistakes, I can be right in there with him. So I think you got to look to see who can take down Rob Cohn, because he's definitely been one of the most consistent and fast guys on the tour the past 1.5 years, 2 years.
That's decent. That's decent.
Looking forward to chasing him down on.
For our first race here at Steamboat Springs, we've had a tough time getting going. We've had 2 feet of snow in the first 48 hours. The conditions are soft. That develops ruts, makes it a little tougher to get down the course.
Base looks pretty good. It was warm the last days, and right now it's a little colder. The powder on top, so I think the base is pretty good. If they're gonna push out the snow, then I'm sure it's gonna be a good race.
I think it's gonna be bumpy. So it'll be a little bit more of a wild ride, so it might be a good show.
I think I do well here in Steamboat because it's a nice steep hill. I'm familiar with that in the east, but I'm trying to be prepared for that soft snow and ski the best I can in it.
I know you like hard snow, but you guys can ski anything. I just want to say welcome.
We're setting up the courses today, doing a lot of the banner work. You can see we got the start set up yesterday. And what we're doing here is these guys are putting up TV platforms. So we'll have 5 cameras going down skiers left. And this hill's pretty tricky. I'm not sure if the camera can get it, but those poles down there, the orange poles, that's the first jump. And a lot of the hills that we race on are pretty consistent pitch. This one's got the big dog legs, so it's tough to make a course, 2 courses similar times. So it takes us quite a while to build the course. And of course we're dealing with all this snow right now.
I like the landing distance, that was very friendly.
So I made it a little straighter because it's a little tighter. I gave you guys a little bit more room in case you guys launch like you did last year on these jumps.
You know, straighter and tighter is sketchier. It'll be interesting though, because it'll be like some guys will send it.
To be a part of the decision-making process, we have an athlete board. We'll get down after inspection and say, does the course look good to everyone? Does anyone have any safety concerns? Do you see any discrepancies from course to course? And then we'll go to Barrett or John and say, hey, this is what we see. What do you think if we change this? And then it's an open dialogue, and that's definitely a really cool part, and I think that people kind of have fallen into their respective roles.
We're trying to move a couple gates to try and equalize the overall distance that each course travels.
Nolan and Garrett, I feel like, have really helped with course maintenance and making some decisions about, all right, one course has been clearly faster than the other. Let's try to match them up. How can we do that?
Yeah, just helping out. I don't really want to go for another free run. I got a lot of runs in me today, hopefully, so stay fresh and ready, stay at the top, get it all pretty and nice.
The course looks really good, actually. I think it'll be fun. It'll be good. The set is nice. It's pretty on a faster side, I would say. The first jump's pretty big. That's going to be interesting.
The City of Steamboat Howelson crew is working their tail off, making that jump perfect, and I think we'll have a great race. So they come in, and they put their tails up against here. And what they do is these doors would be shut, and then we'll have lights and sound. And when it counts down from 5, they rock back on their skis. And when the doors open, they launch. And they're like a rocket when they shoot out of here. Launch. And they're like a rocket when they shoot out of here.
On a hill like Howelson,
it's all about timing and just
Ski a smooth line.
be tight in the core, get to the next gate.
preservation of momentum in the turn, all of the energy that you create, technical aspects or tactical aspects.
It's all about blocking everything out, skiing your own race.
That's a really fun component of racing.
So we were lucky enough to get the Steamboat Springs U16s out here. They were training and had 4 of them come over, and they're going to do a 4 run. Test the course out for us and make sure everything's running as it's supposed to be. And then we'll go for our qualification runs right after them, and hopefully everything checks out.
We're 6 meters apart to start, and then we're 8 here.
What's going on here is we're triangulating the gates to one another so the courses are dead even for the racers. But even with that, the racers run 1 run on the red, 1 on the blue, switch, and it's the time differential that allows them to advance to the next round.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Howelson Hill.
The racers are psyched. We're ready to race today.
This is the World Pro Ski Tour.
Here is a place situated off the map of ordinary, a place that is independent, free-spirited, and intimate in scale. A place that since its first lift was installed over 60 years ago has strived to stay true to its roots while growing better rather than bigger. This vision for the future has helped make us the first ski resort in the world to earn B Corp certification. It's a symbol of where we're headed and what we stand for. We hope you will join us.
Today, the pressure would first be felt by Keely. He had drawn as his opponent in the opening round the very steady and very fast Norwegian, Otto Tschudi.
My name is Otto Tschudi. I'm Norwegian born. I raced for 25 years, first World Cup. Then I raced 8 years on the World Pro Skiing Tour for Bob Yaddy. And then to top it off, Jean-Claude Keely comes over.
Keely is skiing well. He is a full gate ahead of Otto Tschudi. And then it happens. Keely has missed a gate. Tschudi has fallen. Jean-Claude knows that Spider Savage can gain 20 points on him and take home his 3rd world professional title.
Spider Savage came over in 70-71 season to ski with Bob Yaddy's circuit. Then Bob lucked out because the French had a big argument within the team, and suddenly a whole bunch of really good World Cup French skiers came over. It was just so exciting, and I skied 8 seasons. And then actually at that point, Bob Yaddy dropped the sport, and 3 of us, Doug Woodcock, Paul Carson, and myself, took over the tour and just did big races, meaning at that point, 40,000 a weekend. And we did that for 3 years, and then Ed Rogers, as we all know here in this environment, took it over and kept it alive, which was our only goal.
My name is Ed Rogers. I'm from Bath, Maine, and I got involved in this in I believe it was about 1970. My tour originally was the Peugeot Grand Prix. Then it became the US Pro Ski Tour. And then it became the World Pro Ski Tour, and then it took about a 10-year vacation, and then it came back 4 years ago as the World Pro Ski Tour. And then we got some people that wanted to invest in the company, but they wanted to bring in somebody that was younger, so I got John Franklin, and I think he's doing great. We talk every week, so we're very close, and at 83 you get old,
Traditionally, ski racing has been one person going down at a time, getting a time, and then getting ranked according to who's fastest. But this is a really exciting format. Side by side, gates open, first one to the finish line wins. And it's really exciting because you don't have to know anything about ski racing to be able to tell who's winning.
Dual racing was invented by Bob Biotti, who used to coach on the US ski team, and he said, I want to have a ski race where the two guys race each other and the first guy down the hill wins.
Having the opportunity to race in another format where you can get to the same end result of going to the Olympics now. So you got dual racing Olympics. We can make it all the way and achieve our goal, not on the same path where it's a little oversaturated. It just keeps the sport open and keeps you in it.
Being at Halcyon Hill, where it's such an iconic little venue where they have the ski jumps and they have the Nordic trails and they have the race hill. I've done a few races here in the past 4 years, and it's always cool to come back.
Behind the scenes, it is such a fascinating life. I mean, I could not have had a better life.
So basically, the qualifying will be what it says on the schedule. And then where we used to have the round of 32, that'll be the third and fourth run of qualifying. Pretty much everything's the same, besides you're taking 4 runs. We're gonna take your best run on the blue and the best run on the red. And that's how we'll do the seating. And Michael Ankeny is all over that.
What's up, brother? Hey, 12:15, we pushed it back for you. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Last look, a little free ski run.
Yeah, so traditionally speaking, the Pro Tour, how it used to be, it just had a little different qualifying system. And so what we did, and this is part of the working with the tour last year, is we proposed a new seating system where it was less of, whatever run you were on for the first run, you would take the top 16 from there. What we proposed was after the 2 runs are done, you would sort on each course, because there are sometimes discrepancies between one course that was about 7/10 faster than the other one. And so then we're trying to take the luck of the draw, which course you get placed on first out of it. So over the last 2 weeks, I've been putting together this big Excel sheet that pretty much automates it, because it is a pretty manual process, and just to take out any sorts of mistakes as much as possible. So in between runs, I went in and we were just making sure that we crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, making sure the program worked, and it did. Thankfully, it was awesome. We're getting it to the point where it's pretty instantaneous. You just plug and chug, you just copy and paste the times, and then bam, it goes right into the bracket. And that used to be a little bit more of a process. So any way that we can make it more efficient and get the results out to the fans and to the athletes faster, I think it makes a big difference.
In my sport, seeing where you're going is very important. These Rex goggles are awesome. I see my competitors behind me and really know when I need to turn on the gas and put them in the dust. Change the lenses at night to low light. Spherical lenses, huge vision, great lenses, great shape, great goggles.
Each goggle purchase includes any 2 lenses of your choice at rex.com.
Getting ready to get up there and do some start testing and inspection. And we're about to qualify.
Okay, guys, we're gonna roll. More runners in the gate.
Yeah! Come on, Daniel.
Yeah, you guys have to shut your own doors.
That one's a little weak. Pull it through. It's gonna be fun. Everyone's in the same boat. Best man wins.
Okay. Time to race. Let's do it. Here we go.
It was soft, the track dished out, so there was really selective spots that were firm.
During my World Cup career, I was definitely prone to paralysis through overanalysis, so there's not much analysis going on right now.
Red course ready.
Yep.
Come on. Blue course ready. Yep. Racers ready. Come on.
All the athletes were super excited about getting back in the start gate and putting their best runs down the hill. And for me, I just need to clean it up and hopefully be a little more consistent.
Well, first run done. So it was a little soft, little what we call dead, where you're not really getting much energy out of it. Still doable. We just got to give it our all.
Racers ready.
There's a little bit of a target on my back, but I kind of like it there, and I need to really be consistent and really earn it. But these guys do give me a little bit of space, and they heckle each other and try to have fun, but they're really trying to work and get at me. But I really just try to keep it straight and do the best I can on my runs and stay in my lane.
It's kind of like when you go back for your first game of golf, shoot 5-6 over par, you think that you're going to be the next Jordan Spieth.
We are not used to ski on like power snow in the race course, so yeah, it's a little bit challenging, but yeah, that's the game.
The terrain is a little uneven, so we'll decide which course is the fastest, and then they will switch so that we get equal chances. I'm just focusing on my run, and doesn't matter who's next to me.
It's running good. It's pretty bumpy, but it's solid. A lot of fun. So I'll let it fly on the blue, see what we can do. I think I always have a really good chance of winning, and I've proven that in the past, that I'm always close, if not up there. It just depends on if you had the lucky breakfast or something and made it through without mistakes, and you can pull through with that victory.
You're 23.7, 23.8, you're 23.9.
Would it make sense for second run quality to do the same order as this? So like we went blue first, we'll do blue fourth.
Let's just do one after the next run.
Racers ready.
Really dishing out. It's kind of a good thing because it's getting faster, but we still need to have some fast runs right now and stand on it to keep getting down to some hard snow.
Everyone's in the same boat on this second run too. We just swap courses and we go see who can get the fastest run, but it's interesting. Go have fun.
They opened up more and more as we kept beating up the track. I think the track's going to continue to firm up for the race we have here. As a racer, you like a smooth, consistent surface. It gives you something to really push on.
That's called skiing right there.
That is called skiing. NCAA!
We've had consistent runs behind us, so now see if we can get the first seed.
So who was our top 4 qualifiers? Well, qualifying first was Garrett Driller from the USA. Qualifying second, the newbie, Robbie Kelly, one of the Cochrans. And qualifying third, Rob Cohn, our winner from last year, defending overall champ. And fourth, another newbie, Mia Kuhner, was on fourth. So the top 16 go head to head.
The guys hadn't been racing for 10 months, and they came out hot. They were excited, and they were ready to rock.
Hey, what's up? Welcome here at our house on wheels, as you can see, right here in front of the slope at Hausen Hill. So, please come in. Quite a lot of place to sleep back there. So, I have all my equipment, the Bolivian flag. Yeah, it's a camping style life. A lot of place to cook. We made some bokum yesterday night, so if you want some. I've born in Austria, I raised there. I started skiing there, my whole family lives there. And then when I was 8 years old, I went with my dad at summer holidays. We went to South America for training, for skiing. And that was the time when I ever met this South American spirit for the first time. And I liked it from the first moment on. And finally, I ended up in Bolivia, so that was pretty cool. You have high mountains, you have desert, you have jungle, cold, warm weather, all at the same time. You can choose whatever you want. And we made the plan to represent Bolivia.
Let's go!
Yeah, I'm very grateful that I'm having my dad here, always with me on my side. He's doing my skis. Yeah, he's the best coach on the slope for me, so yeah. Yeah, my dad was a pro ski racer too, and as long as I can remember, I always said I want to be a ski racer too. After the training or after the day, in the afternoon, the bands, then we're driving over to the rodeo a lot and we're staying there overnight. I mean, it's not like in a hotel, but anyway, for us it's the best option. We would need a car anyway, so now we have both in one. A car to drive and a place to stay. And I think with the corona situation at the moment, we are pretty safe here. We can cook, we can eat, we can sleep, and we can go on the slope to ski. So, I mean, for us, it's the best option at the moment.
Last year when Waterville was canceled, it was kind of disappointing because a lot of us were prepped and ready to race. It's from the staff all the way to the racers. We were all ready for a good event, but COVID cut it short. Since that event was canceled and we've had a really surprising and uncertain summer with COVID of how this season would go, I've really just tried to stay sharp on my skiing, get as much time on the hill as I can, even though a lot of that hasn't been in gates. I've tried to just stay fit and just try and be prepared for some good racing here.
I mean, yeah, last season I was pretty close to the podium. But yeah, standing on top of the podium, that's for sure, that's the main goal. So we worked hard on it, and that's the plan, that we go on and push the other guys to the limit. And we will see then tomorrow after the race how the results are. But definitely that would be the best thing, to stand on top of the podium and then to watch the fireworks.
Yep. In my sport, seeing where you're going is very important. You have to know what you're doing. Super excited to be part of Rex Eyewear, and the ability to change the lenses with all the variations we have in this outdoor sport is really important. They got some great lenses, great shape. I can see basically everything in these goggles, and spherical shape really gives me the peripheral vision. I can see kids behind me, and especially in the Pro Tour, I can see my competitors coming up behind me and really know when I need to turn on the gas and put them in the dust. Spherical lenses, huge vision, side to side. I got all my peripherals covered. See anyone behind me, so loving the lenses, loving the goggles.
At the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club, we train, compete, build confidence, set goals, and achieve them. Alpine Bank gives a lot in our community. They make sure kids get the opportunity to be champions. They support us with scholarships, bibs, the ACE program, Athlete of the Week, and my favorite, the Alpine Bank World Pro Ski Tour Junior Challenge. I will always remember racing and being mentored by ski racers like Ted Ligety.
Thank you, Alpine Bank!
When I got to my dad's place in Boulder, I didn't have a setup, and so I was like, well, I can either scrape outside down here, or I can just scrape up in the parking lot. Yeah, it was an interesting morning. I decided to spend last night in Boulder so that I could have some dinner with my dad, and woke up at 5, hit the road, looked at CDOT, saw that not only was Rabbit Ears Pass closed, but at the time Vail Pass was closed. So I get to the top of the hill and I'm like, well, looks like I might not be skiing at Steamboat today. Decided to just keep pushing. Meanwhile, I'm calling the Pro Tour saying, I'm coming, but I might not make it. Are there any sort of contingency plans? And was able to make it to Steamboat at Howson Hill. I got out of my car at 11:49 for a 12 o'clock start. So I sprinted to the hill, quickly got an inspection run, and then went up top. I try not to stress about that stuff because it's so out of my hands that there's no use in doing that, but it was definitely a stressful morning of trying to get here to getting in the start gate for the first time since last March. So it was a morning. Oh yeah, that's the disco van. All-wheel drive, studded tires. This thing rips in the winter, like no problem at all. Was thinking about just throwing a futon in the back and camping here, but figured not worth it. Last year I was living in New York City. I was working at an investment bank there, and then as soon as COVID hit in March, I got out. I'm not really a city guy, just spending my life in the mountains and everything. And I'm okay to be in a city, but I want to have ease of access to a playground of sorts. So as soon as I left New York, I kind of realized, all right, I need to pivot into something else. So I ended up moving back to Minnesota. Now I'm working at a private wealth management firm. And with wealth management, you got to take a look at the whole picture. And with skiing, as far as like what assets an individual owns, and making sure that it matches their risk profile and whatnot, depending on their age. And with skiing, it is a really holistic view as well, because you got to look at the different components of the courses. There's steep parts, there's flat parts, there's jumps, and you can't take the same approach to every situation. And so I would say that that's the biggest crossover, is that every situation, every hill, even on Monday, it's going to be the same hill, but we're going to have different snow conditions. So you can't necessarily take the same approach. You've got to deal with the temperature, the snow conditions, the slope of the pitch, the length of the hill, and there's just a lot of, you're constantly trying to control these things that sometimes are out of your control, so you got to just have a big toolkit and know which ones to pull out and when.
Ski house up in Bozeman still has my TV from college.
Yeah, you're not getting that back.
I think I paid for it outright. It's mine.
Well, yeah, but...
And my hockey sticks.
Yeah, those are in this ski room now.
Yeah,
They're all
okay.
mixed in, so.
All right, well, we'll do a recovery mission maybe later this year to grab all my stuff.
Yeah, I have more to send me on my
Speaking
stuff.
of college, you guys drink a lot of White Claws in college?
I drink my fair few.
That was like right coming into the
your-
White Claw phase, right?
Yeah.
Before
Our
that
years-
was beer, and then we hit the seltzer train. Like,
out east it was always Keystone. Out west we had PBR, and then White Claw came in and saved the day.
Yeah.
That or yeah.
They definitely got brought over to the house. There's a lot of it going around.
now they've got a lot of competitors, but I think White Claw's still my favorite.
New flavors?
No, like the brands.
Oh,
You got Coronas, Bud Light.
Yeah, everyone's doing seltzers.
Yeah, but
I mean,
White Claw.
It's the original. You can't really beat the originals
No, you can't.
of anything.
They've perfected the craft.
Hello everyone, I'm your host Mark Sassy, and it's time for some of the most exciting gravity-fueled winter sports action you'll find anywhere on the planet. This is the World Pro Ski Tour. Now we have a corral of thoroughbred ski racers all chomping at the bit, anxiously waiting to put this dual super slalom format to the test, hoping to reign supreme in the first of 2 races taking place here over the course of the next few days. This is the Steamboat Springs Winter Carnival Cup inside the bubble at one of the most iconic stops on the tour, Allison Hill.
Good luck. Thank you. Red course ready. Yep. Blue course ready. Yep. Racers ready.
This is it. Here we go.
Oh, that's good. Good, good.
The elimination rounds are underway. The doors open up.
I've been waiting all year for this, but we're out here, we're having fun. Competition's really stacked today, and excited to keep it going, see how far we make it tonight.
How you feeling?
Good. Nervous. Get it out when I cross the finish line when I go up the pole. Because
Yeah, now we came down to some good hard stuff, and I think, yeah, it's going to be better and better everything around now.
red course ready. Blue course ready. Racers ready. Come on.
You look good though. I must say, I like your style.
Thanks. It's a little wild at times, but run 1 done, round of 16. Course is in great shape, so we're fired up, ready to go. I wish I had a pass for Steamboat though.
Focus on the drive, I lose the top if I go through. Focus on being on top, but then I don't drive to it. So
What's the difference? Don't know, buddy. I don't know what the differential is, but he's
Not
up.
too much.
Not too much?
I think not too much.
Oh my god. I'm tired. Really tired.
Yellow, yellow, it's what I'm all in.
conditions got a lot better for tonight. I think the snow firmed up a bit. It's faster, it's a little harder on the body.
We're getting up there in the age.
We'll have our day. Don't you worry, Rob Cohn. We'll have our day.
Weird recoveries that shouldn't happen, but I'll feel it tomorrow. I could really use any start help I have.
Garrett Driller, Robert Cook. That has been the story all night long, all night.
Tomas is here, Robert's up at the top. He's waiting up there. Well, coming from behind again. Nothing new. Just gotta try a little harder this time. Doing good. Let's do it.
There goes Cone. Here comes Driller. Driller struggled a little bit to get out of the start. Cone out in front. That steep part of the red course giving people trouble. Oh, he's twisted around sideways. Didn't matter. Kept the power down the hill. He has the advantage after the first run by 0.17.
Oh, this is gonna be tight.
Cone is out in front. He's really looking strong. He's got some advantage over Driller. He touches down. This looks like it could be enough for Cone. Crossing the line first. It's winner to Cone. And with that, I'd like to introduce you all to John Franklin, the CEO of the World Pro Ski Tour.
Thank you, Chad. Well, it's great to be back out and be racing again. We had an ending to the season too quick because of COVID last year. We didn't get the season off when we wanted to in December. So you can see it in the faces of the racers. You can see it in the faces of the crew. John Nolte and Kevin Shanding from House and Hill were so great to get everything going with us. Thank you to our sponsors. We have a new sponsor this year, White Claw. We have Tough Shed here as our bib sponsor. We have Rex, a couple of new players in the game. And once again, thank you to everyone for coming out today.
All of our racers in fourth place, Thomas Berkner from Argentina, congratulations. And from Bolivia, Simone Breitfuss Kamalanda. And our local boy here, Garrett Driller. And of course, Killington's very own Rob Cohn, our champion. Happy 108th Winter Carnival, everybody!
I think I do well here in the Steamboat.
Sorry, Rob. I know you won today, but like I said earlier, Monday's a whole new ball game.